Welcome back. This is week 6 of our guitar class, and this is video 4, our last video of the week. We're here today and we're going to practice our songs again. When we practice, we have to do things many times. The more we do it, hopefully the better we get, and we will get better if we're doing it right. So we want to talk, that's why we talk about technique. That's why we talk about what to do when you're playing a song. That's why we talk about the big 3 things: correct notes, correct rhythm, and a steady tempo. And so you put all those together and then you're making music and you get better. But of course, practicing doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes we practice in silly ways, and we practice in ways that just aren't good. We practice bad technique, and we emphasize things that we don't really want to do, and so that's ineffective practice. But let's go over our songs today. Let's start with let's start with C Chantey, and then we'll go on to Tron and a couple others after that. And so get ready. And so you're on the B string. Are you going to use a pick today, or are you going to use your thumb? It's up to you. Okay, remember, it's a little easier with a thumb because you can feel what you're doing, but pick, you might like the sound of it better. Okay, elbow in. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so good. And now, have you seen yourself get better and better at that throughout the week from the first time we learned it until now? I really hope so. And that's the result of practice, okay? And again, practicing the right way. All right, let's move on to Tron. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about on this one that I have not explained yet. In the very beginning of the song, there are 2 beats in the first measure, and then every other measure until the very last measure is 4 beats. Did I mess up? No, I didn't actually. Those first 2 beats, we call them a pickup measure. It's an incomplete measure, and we can do that. I stole them from somewhere, and I stole them from the last measure of the song. If you look at the last measure, it also has 2 beats, and so I took the last 2 beats of the song and I moved it to the very beginning. Now, this is a very effective tool when it comes to songwriting or melody making, if you're trying to improvise something, because it kind of leads you into the song, kind of gets it going. And there's lots of songs. As you listen to music throughout the week on the radio or on CDs or iTunes or whatever, listen for those kinds of things where it starts before the actual beat 1. This is an example of that, where it goes 3, 4, 1, and so it leads into that beat 1. And so we know what that is now. It's called the pickup, and we can call it an incomplete measure as well. But of course, we have to make up for it somewhere. That's why we stole it from the last measure. And so if I had just a pickup on beat 4, well, my last measure would actually have 3 beats. Or if I had pickups on 1, 2, and 3, or sorry, 2, 3, and 4, I would just have beat 1 in the last measure. You don't see that one quite as often. So, but let's play it. So get ready. This one's a lot of open strings. Get ready with your D string. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Whew, that one goes fast. You want to try the slow version of that one? Maybe it'll make more sense when we play it slow. Here we go. 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cool. Now on that one again, the part of the big idea of that one is getting all the string switches with our right hand. Okay, so this video is going to be a little on the short side, but let's give it something else to try of what we just learned with the pickup note. Let's go back to Renegade 5. Let's try it. Now, when I'm counting off, I'll say 1, 2, and then on beat 3, that's when you start playing your D. Okay? So D, D, G. Let's just plan on that for how you start your solo. Just to give you an example, it was what it would sound like. A 1, 2. Okay, you see what how that sounded? So I started actually before the music starts, and that's your job as the musician. So I'll kind of cue you in on that one. Here we go. Here. A 1, 2. Here we go. And C and N. All right, so that's just another way that we can creatively make these melodies up while we're using the G pentatonic scale. It's part of the reason we learned that D. It's a very, very good note to get that emphasis into that first full beat of measure 1 on that. All right, let's try it again, but let's do it with high 5 this time. All right, so pull up high 5. Here we go with repeat. 1, 2, 3. All right, so good. So hopefully you had some fun with that. Now go back on your own and you can try any of these songs, C Chantey or I'll See Tron. You can try Renegade 5 or High 5. And next week we're going on to some more strumming and chords, but we're going to do them differently, where instead of just playing straight quarter notes, we'll be doing different patterns with it, which makes it even more interesting. This is another part of playing guitar that makes it even more exciting. So I will see you then back for week 7. Have fun. Bye-bye.